The timing could not have been more striking. As Catherine, Princess of Wales, quietly departed London, Prince Harry was arriving in the capital, drawing renewed attention to the delicate choreography of modern royal life. Though no official connection was announced, the near-simultaneous movements of these two figures reignited public fascination and speculation, offering yet another glimpse into the unspoken rhythms of the House of Windsor. Kate's departure was characteristically understated. There were no dramatic announcements, no visible entourage, only brief confirmations that she had left the city to focus on rest, family, and private commitments. For many royal watchers, the simplicity of the moment spoke volumes. In recent months, the Princess of Wales has carefully balanced limited public appearances with periods of withdrawal, a pattern widely interpreted as both protective and intentional. Her leaving London felt less like an absence and more like a strategic pause. At nearly the same moment, Prince Harry's arrival landed with a different energy. His return to the UK, reported across major outlets, immediately reignited conversations about reconciliation, distance, and the unresolved tensions that continue to shape the royal family's internal narrative. While the stated purpose of his visit centered on legal matters and scheduled commitments, public attention inevitably drifted toward what his presence symbolized rather than what it formally entailed. The contrast between these two movements could not be sharper. Kate's exit represented quiet continuity, a reinforcement of stability through discretion. Harry's arrival, by contrast, carried the familiar weight of disruption, history, and unanswered questions. Together, these parallel actions formed a tableau that encapsulated the current state of the monarchy, composed on the surface, complex beneath. Observers were quick to note that there were no indications of overlap or planned interaction between the Princess of Wales and the Duke of Sussex. In fact, sources close to the royal household emphasized that Kate's decision to leave London had been arranged well in advance. Yet symbolism rarely requires intention. In the public imagination, timing becomes narrative, and narrative becomes meaning. For Catherine, stepping away from London aligns with a broader recalibration of her role. Recent reporting has underscored her focus on long-term health, family priorities, and the sustainability of her public duties. Far from retreating, she appears to be redefining presence itself. When she steps back, it is with purpose. When she returns, it is with clarity. Her absence from London during Harry's arrival subtly reinforced her position as a stabilizing force, unwilling to be drawn into spectacle. Prince Harry's relationship with London, by contrast, remains fraught with emotional residue. Each return carries echoes of the past, unresolved grief, fractured trust, and the weight of public expectation. While Harry has spoken openly about his complicated feelings toward his homeland, his arrivals continue to provoke intense scrutiny. Every movement is dissected, every silence interpreted. In this environment, even routine visits acquire disproportionate significance. The monarchy itself stands at an inflection point. With King Charles increasingly focused on streamlining the institution and reinforcing its long-term relevance, the roles of senior figures have become more sharply defined. William and Kate are widely viewed as the emotional and symbolic center of the monarchy's future. Their approach emphasizes restraint, unity, and forward momentum. Harry's position, meanwhile, exists largely outside that structure, shaped by distance rather than daily participation. Kate's departure from London can also be read through the lens of protection. Over the past year, public interest in her movements and well-being has intensified dramatically. By choosing privacy over proximity, she preserves both physical space and narrative control. This decision resonates with her long-standing strategy of limiting exposure during moments of heightened attention. Silence, in Kate's case, has often proven more powerful than response. Meanwhile, Harry's arrival reopened familiar debates about reconciliation. Would there be private meetings, silent acknowledgements, or continued distance? The absence of any visible interaction only reinforced the sense that parallel lives now define the relationship between the Sussexes and the Waleses. They share history, not trajectory. Importantly, the public reaction to Kate's absence was markedly different from reactions to Harry's presence. Where Harry's arrival sparked debate and division, Kate's departure prompted concern, respect, and quiet support. Commentators praised her discretion, noting that her choices consistently avoid inflaming tensions. In a family where every gesture can become headline fuel, this restraint has become her signature. The media framing of these events further highlighted the contrast. Coverage of Kate emphasized well-being, dignity, and long-term thinking. Coverage of Harry leaned toward conflict, legacy disputes, and unresolved narratives. Neither portrayal is accidental. They reflect years of accumulated public perception, shaped as much by behavior as by circumstance. Yet beneath the surface, these moments also reveal a shared truth. Both Kate and Harry are navigating lives defined by extraordinary visibility. Their strategies differ, but the pressure is universal. Kate manages it through containment and consistency. Harry confronts it through exposure and articulation. Each approach carries consequences, both personal and public. As London adjusted to these shifting presences, the royal calendar continued, seemingly unfazed. Engagements proceeded, statements remained measured, and the institution projected calm. This, perhaps, is the monarchy's most enduring skill, absorbing individual turbulence without allowing it to disrupt the larger structure. Still, for those watching closely, the symbolism lingered. A princess leaving quietly as a prince arrives loudly. A future queen choosing distance as a duke returns seeking resolution. These are not coincidences easily dismissed, even when officially unrelated. In the end, Kate Middleton leaving London as Prince Harry arrives was less about coordination and more about contrast. It illuminated two paths shaped by the same origin, but leading in divergent directions. One path prioritizes continuity through silence. The other seeks clarity through confrontation. As the monarchy moves forward, moments like these offer subtle insight into how its key figures operate, not through declarations, but through decisions, not through statements, but through timing. And in that silent choreography, the future of the royal narrative continues to unfold, one movement at a time.